Welcome everyone to my live streaming. So today we are going to talk about transparency. So transparency tool is it's one of my favorite, and it's one of the powerful tools in CorelDRAW. So let's start with this image here. This image consists of two images, and then what I did here is just blending the two images using the transparency. So I'm going to demonstrate that with the two pictures here. So with these two pictures, what I did, I put this, I made it intersect, right? So if I go to view and then wireframe, so it's in this side here. But when you're doing this, it really depends on what effect do you want. So I'm going to go to this picture and I'm going to use the transparency tool. So you click on the transparency tool and then you click and drag going to the right. Okay. And so now you can see that it kind of blends now, right? But if you look at this one, you also want to put transparency on this one. So you click on this image and then you go to transparency and then you click on instead of going left to right, you go from right to left. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the other way around. So left to right, same as the other one. So now if you notice, you've got this two, so you just have to move this over to the right side and this one to the right. Now you can still adjust this. So for example, I wanted to be more transparent here, so I click on this and then I go to transparency tool and then just move this going to the right side like that. Okay, so that's how you blend or combine two photographs. Now in this one here, I'm just gonna move this away. So in this one here, there is some cases that say when you're creating a background graphic for your design, and then suddenly you only have this image, but it doesn't have more of the image like this one here. So what I usually do is, I'm just gonna put it side by side here. What I usually do is I create a rectangle. Say I'm gonna start from here. So by the way, you have to make sure that you go to view and snap to object is selected, so you can snap to the edge of the photo here. So I go here, somewhere here, and then I click and drag over here, right? And then move it over here. Let's make it the same height. And then what you're going to do is you are going to, if you really zoom in, you're going to get a pixel, if you use the color eyedropper and then go to the very last pixel, which is that one, you sample that color and then you fill it to the rectangle, right? I'm just going to remove the outline by right mouse click on this one to remove the outline. Now I'm going to move this to the back of page, order to back of page, and I go like this. But if you notice, the one that I did here, it has a really nice transition. So that's where you add transparency to your image here. So you click on your transparency tool and then click and drag going up, and you can just adjust it, right? So what happened there is that you made this transparent. So I'm gonna delete this for now. See that one? So it's transparent, right? So I'm gonna redo it. So that's one of the tricks that I've learned while doing this thing. So now this one here, sometimes you also wanted like the photo, like you want to highlight on one say, you know, this part of the photo, and you can't have that in a photograph because your original photograph is like this, right? So what you can do is, I'm gonna focus here. So what you can do, again, make sure that your snap to object is turned on. So you click on your rectangular tool, and then you make sure to snap to that node, and then snap to the lower right corner node. Okay, and then make it black, and then I'm going to remove the outline. Okay, so now again we use the transparency tool. I'm gonna click and drag, going like that, and then you would just, like, you know, you play around with the position. Say for example you want it more to there. Okay, now for this one, okay, I want to make another one here. So again, you go to your rectangular tool, and then you make sure it snaps, and then go to the upper left corner, and then make this black. And again, right mouse click on that to remove the outline, and then go to your transparency tool and click and drag, and now you can adjust. Say for example here, okay, yeah, so you can also adjust this one, and you can play around with the effects. It's too much, it's gonna go like this. Okay, so that's another trick I've learned. Now this one, transparency. So the transparency is the transparent colors, right? So that's really easy. I mean, right, I'm just gonna duplicate this, and then what I'll do, I'm going to remove the transparency of this one. Let's remove that, and then okay. So what I did, so if you notice there's transparency, but this one doesn't have transparency, right? So it's really easy. You click on the, you know, the circles with no transparency, and then you just go to your transparency tool here, and then you go to uniform transparency, and there you go. As easy as that. And then you can also adjust the transparency if you want here in the slider. Now for the text like this, yes, I'm just gonna demo it. So it's exactly the same concept. I also have another trick here. Is like originally when I type the word Alex, it's like this, right? So if you want to move it closer to each other, you just click on your shape tool, and then click on this icon here to the right side, and then make it intersect. Say for example like that. I'm happy with that one, and then I'm just gonna enlarge it. Now coloring this one, right? So for coloring this one, I would click on my text, and I would go object, break artistic text apart. So once you break it, so it's like single letters now. Control Z. So now I'm just going to I'm just going to fill this with same color, and then I'm going to just add transparency. So just like the circle ones, you go to transparency, and you click on this uniform transparency, and you can adjust the transparency here. All right, so that's for that one. So you can create logos with that one, or special effects in your text graphics. So let's look at this one. So you can see that the word running is with transparency, and you also have this purplish color going to this side. So the original photo is this one here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this here for now. Okay, and then I'm just going to type in running. Okay, oops. I type it in lowercase, so everybody knows that if you want to make that uppercase, you just go to text, change case, and then uppercase, and click OK. Perfect. So now I'm going to make that, I think the font that I use is Franklin. And here I'm just going to expand like this. So it's nice to have the object snap turned on because it snaps to the to the object. Okay. So I'll make that white. Oh, I forgot, we have to change the spacing. So again, go to your shape tool, and then for spacing, just adjust it like this. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to go to my select tool, and then I'm just going to snap that there. All right, and then I'm gonna click on that, and then just gonna move it up a bit. There you go. And then click on transparency and uniform transparency, and I think that is, and then you can adjust it if you want, but I'm happy with that. So now this one too, so when I explain this, when I typed this one, it wasn't like, the spacing wasn't like this. The spacing actually, it was like this. That's the default spacing. So if you want to increase the spacing of the lines in the paragraph, you just click on this one here, shape tool, and then you just drag this down to change the spacing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here now, the next thing is this purplish, is this purple? Yeah, purple color. So click on your rectangular tool, create a rectangle, say from here to there, and then click on the purple, and then right mouse click on this one, and then you go transparency, click and drag from the outside, and then you can just adjust like that. Now it's up to you if you're okay with that. And then this text here, we want to make it move to front. So it's it's to front is shift page up, which is that, or of course you can also go to objects and then order to front of page. So yeah, so that's for that design. So now here, this is also, I also use this for say tablets, and then this one looks like it's glossy, and if you really take a look, this is actually just a transparent shape, right? So in here I'm going to create a a rectangle, say for example from there to here, like that, and then I'm just gonna make it closer, and then this one here, okay, and then here shape tool to make this radius corners, okay, and then after that I'm just gonna fix this one. This is a bit too wide. Okay, let's just say like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to create a line from here to there, doesn't matter, and then I'm just going to click on my smart fill tool, which is this one here, and click here. Okay, so that's the one that I'm gonna put white, and then click on transfer. So I'm gonna delete this, I don't need this, and I also don't need that. So I remove the outline, right mouse click on this, and then make it white, and I'm going to go to my transparency tool, and then click and go up like that. So now it looks like it's glossy now. Yeah, and you just have to fix this and that one, but yeah, that's just some details. All right, so now for this one here, if you have some, I do this with drop shadows too. So basically it's, you just have to create a drop shadow like this, and this is also transparent, right? So if I'm going to remove the transparency of that, I created a shape, okay, and then I made I put, I think, gray color, and then you go to your transparency tool and just click and drag, and then just like adjust it like that. Yeah, so it just shows that the person is not floating, so you have that drop shadow there, and that's also transparency. Okay, so and then I think this is the last one. The last one is, there are some designs wherein you have different colors, dew tone, call it dew tone. So this is actually the original image here. And then what I did, I created I divided into four, right? So so what you're gonna do is I created a graph paper. So you click on graph paper, and then I go 2 by 2, right? So 2 rows, 2 columns, and 2 rows. So once you 2 by 2, and then I click and then drag. Okay, and then after that I am going to ungroup this one, right? So I'll have like 4 separate boxes. So click on group here. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose. So make sure you choose the square, I mean the rectangle. So say for example I'm gonna make that blue, and then this one is red, and then this one I think I use brown, and I think this one I use, let's say we use red, like that, right? So I'm gonna select all the boxes and then right mouse click to remove the outline, and then each one, or I can even do everything, but I'll do one first. So click on your transparency tool and then make it uniform transparency. Okay, but if you want to make it the same effect as this one, you just have to go to subtract here, like that. So we'll do the same thing here. I think we can do it all together. So I'm just holding on this one and then hold on shift to select another one, and then hold and then that one. So I've got 3. Okay, and then I'll go to transparency. Yeah, I think I can do transparency on the 3. So click on uniform transparency. Yep, and then you click on here instead of normal you go subtract, and that's it. And of course you can adjust. If you go to transparency, you can adjust, say you don't want it too dark. There you go. So I hope you like it. This is actually one of my favorite tools, is the transparency. When I'm when I want effects like this, combining 2 photos and then extending, like for example the sky here, you can extend the sky. Let's just say that's blue, but instead of this yellowish, make that blue, and then make this transparent. This part transparent, that will extend the image. And this one too, if you want to put sunlight onto a person or into an object. And this one's a good effect too for solid objects. And this one is a combination of text, transparent text, and also transparency of the gradient transparency to make this part of the picture a different color. And then this one, if you want to have glossy effect, right, you put that, right? And also this one to add a little bit of shadow there. And the last one would be this one. It's like a very cool effect. What I like in CorelDRAW, because it's not destructive, so this one I can still separate it. I can separate it. It won't affect the original picture. Okay, so hope you like it. Again, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you would know when I'm doing my live session. But I actually do I try my best to do daily live streaming, and comment and click on the like button if you like it, and I would really appreciate it. Bye for now, and thanks again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.